I'd say this weather gets pretty close to a typical German summer now. This week, however, I'm on a mission to be super productive because I have no excuses anymore. First things to do are transferring my data from my old PC to my new one, at least the ones that I need, analyzing some data from my project for the first time seriously, and also finding 1 or 2 committee members. That's also pretty important. Besides that, I want to have edited 2 vlogs, and I also have to hand in a 2-page assignment for my college class until Thursday. And on top of that, I also plan to get some skating in. How are you doing here? Oh shit. Yeah, we really have a cockroach problem here, because they apparently escape. Oh my god. I have to rethink my Vaseline barrier, because the ants are dying there. So that's done. So now that I have given away the exam, the first question of it was basically describe the scientific method. So the first thing is that you have a question, and in order to find like one definite answer to that, you need to follow a certain order of things to do. The first one is coming up with hypotheses. So a hypothesis is a possible explanation for something. So the question would be, why do zebras have stripes, for instance? And one hypothesis would be because it helps to camouflage them. However, for you to be a good scientist, you have to come up with multiple hypotheses, so that you don't get attached to that one explanation and you think, oh, I came up with that explanation and I want this to be true. So you come up with several other hypotheses, like it's good for the thermoregulation, or it's good against mosquitoes. Then you have to derive predictions from these hypotheses. So what if you did an experiment or something like that? If you got data, how would these data look like? And then you do actually the experiment, and then this is a crucial step. You compare the data that you got with the predictions that you made before you actually got the data. And that way you can't go back and say, you know, I got this data and look, I think that this is the explanation, because that is a little bit biased oftentimes. So this is how, in theory, you make sure that you actually gain knowledge and you don't end up with some opinions or unproven hypotheses. And this is basically the topic that we went through in almost all of our courses in the first 2 or 3 weeks now. And yeah, it's a pretty important topic, and it also helps me, like, practically how to design experiments and how to ask questions and how to answer them. By the way, the answer to why zebras have stripes is probably because of mosquitoes and other tabanid flies that might transmit deadly diseases. Again, what learned. So it seems like I have the pleasure of actually giving a class now. I hope it is not going to be as chaotic as last time with the exam.
Okay, let's get started. And I can't make it today as well. I promise you that it's going to be at least as chaotic as last time. Discuss in groups, so you're going to find people who are working on similar topics: cats, wolves, ocean people, and elephants.
That went pretty well, actually. Yeah, in the end I even gave a lecture about why animals would live in groups, and it was kind of fun, actually. I mean, I know this topic very well, but I didn't have any time to prepare, so I just looked through the slides, through the first ones, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna talk about that.
Beachside chillin'
I've been living like the summer day, sunny weather never rains. Going out every night, meet another girl, another name. Running my city, they know when it's me. Doing a show, they be coming to see. Making a bread and I'm packing it up and I'm walking the bar and all drinks are free.
I just wrote 2 emails to people that I wanted to have on my committee, potentially. And one of them is a real mathematician. He deals with Brownian movement, so random movement of particles. So this is exactly what my ends are doing. And yeah, I tried to read, or I am trying to read, a paper by him that is about the smart kinetic self-avoiding walk. Yeah, in the abstract, so that what tells you what this paper is about, he says, it is well known that on the hexagonal lattice, the SKSAW, so this walk, in a bounded domain between 2 boundary points is equivalent to an interface in critical percolation, and hence its scaling limit is the corridor Schramm-Loewner evolution with kappa equals 6. So now you know. However, I got a positive response from the other person that I was emailing, and that is Dan Papach. He is the advisor of NOAA, and they both work on basically learning in bumblebees. And you know that my phone broke, so I also don't have an alarm. And in order to get up early, I covered up the window with this brown packing paper so that I don't have to wear my sleeping mask. So at night it is dark enough so that I can sleep in, and in the morning I can be woken up by the sunlight. It's pretty amazing. Like today I woke up at 7 and I feel really energized and motivated to do stuff.
No, I never change up. I've been sticking with the day ones, getting bigger since that day one, and one day go round the nation.